Greetings, exiles, and this is the final part of my journey. In last week's episode I stopped at Heist, so let's continue from here on out. Nice. My favorite orbs. Wow. Is there even such a thing here? I wonder if the curio display could have a mirror. My viewers told me that I could use Split Beast and I don't need a second helical ring. But that's not my way. I'll just find a second helical ring. Easy. Oh my god. I can just imagine what's gonna happen in the comments after you see that I found a simplex amulet. For those of you who don't know what this is, it's a very rare but powerful item, and it took me less than 600 heist wings to find it, and that's a big luck. But the best part is that it's not just a very rare but useless item. It's really good and it's perfect for my build. And this is exactly what I've been hunting for so long. 700 heist wings and the replica Alberon's warpath are mine. I'm done with the heist, but there's still a lot of grind ahead. I need beasts, essences, harvest life force, and fracturing orbs for my future crafting. So let's keep up the good work and continue the journey. I'm going to focus on beasts and harbingers for starters and use an atlas like this. I need spiders and frogs, and low-level maps are the best way to get these particular beasts because rare beasts that I don't need don't show up on them. Since these are white maps, there isn't a lot of content that would be suitable for them, but harbingers are exactly the kind of mechanic that doesn't care if it's a low-tier map. That's why Einhar and harbingers fit together perfectly. In Path of Exile, it is very important to optimize your grind and do several mechanics at the same time, so you will significantly reduce the time to get the desired items. This isn't exactly what I was looking for, but let's see what this key will give me. Scam. Now that's what I need. Lots of fracturing orbs. Nice. Let's do some splits. Very good. Hopefully this will be enough for my future crafting. And some random finds. A nice gem I'll use. What do we have here? A potential upgrade. Nope, it's not. Never lucky. Now it's time for the essences. And harvest juice. Essences swap and I'm ready. Well, my stash now looks like this, and I think it's time for a mega craft. I'll start with the easy ones. Necropolis craft. I need a claw. Something simple to start with. Attack speed and critical strike multiplier are the main stats. And a little benchcraft. Now let's make a cool ring. We take the heist base and use the essences. Something like this. Strength and 2 good mods. Use a fracturing orb and pray to the gods. No way. Best result for me. Sometimes lucky all the time. Now harvest with Chaos Reforge. Not bad. Lucky annulment orb. Perfect. YOLO veiled orb. Don't do this at home unless you have a streamer client. No way. Block the bad modifiers. Chaos and cold resistances. Very good. Benchcraft. And I made a very cool ring. Isn't it? But now I need a second ring, and making the same ring will be very difficult, maybe even impossible. And for that I'm gonna need all my luck. Speaking of luck, here it comes. The ring. It's nice when the game knows what you need and gives it to you. I'm done with the rings, so let's move on to the amulet. This will be a straightforward craft. I need a Shaper or Warlord base. And for that I will use the Harvest Bench. Now Chaos Orb spam. Until I get this. And the second amulet. With this modifier right here. Make sure the amulets only have one influence modifier. And then use the Awakener's Orb. Mana. Useless to me. Unlucky. But I have a second copy of the Simplex amulet, but I'll come back to it later, but for now I'll use this amulet. I also need a new helmet. Let's go to the Necropolis. I think I can find a suitable base there. Good. I'll use Essence of Rage until I get something good. Like this. Let's try to fix this helmet. Beastcraft. That's funny. But not this time. Or maybe we could try this trick. More likely, it'll work, of course. Of course it will. Next time for sure. And again. That was close. The important thing is to have faith. Oh my God. It worked. I told you it would work. Benchcraft and the perfect helmet is ready. Gloves. Wow. Worst possible outcome. See, I'm a player like you, and sometimes I'm unlucky too. Change of plan. I have a base like this. A failed Necropolis project. But I think it's a good place to start. Essence spam. Benchcraft. And the temporary gloves are ready. I finally got all the gear for the strength stacking build. It's been a long journey and I can't wait to try out the new build and see what it can do. What can I say? All the time and effort spent was not in vain. The build feels so much stronger. I doubled my damage, but most importantly I now have a lot more life and my survivability has increased significantly. The good build is even better. But if you think that's all, you're wrong. And there are many more upgrades I want to make. For example, I need a good timeless jewel. And that means it's time for Legion farming. Not the most fun thing to do, but it has to be done. Hopefully I'll get the right jewel. Lethal Pride. Nice. Now let's see what it's going to give us. It's actually not a bad option. Increased strength, physical damage taken as fire, and some fire resistance. I think I'll stop for now. Also, I have stored up a lot of corpses, and now we can make good gloves. As always, let's start with the Necropolis base. Good. Essence spam. Only tier 3, but I'm fine with that. Let's try to finish these gloves. Not the most optimal use of divine orbs, but why not? Cool. Not bad gloves. Now I need 3 golden oils for Whispers of Doom to further increase my DPS. It's not exactly golden oil, but it's also a very rare drop. Done. Some tattoos for 100% chance to suppress spell damage. I also need a balance of terror like this. So let's go to the Forbidden Sanctum. The last time I was here was in the Sanctum League, and as you can imagine, it's not my favorite mechanic. I ran 8 Forbidden Tomes, found some Divine Orbs, but unfortunately I couldn't find the right relic for Balance of Terror. I also realized that Sanctum as a melee build is not the most enjoyable experience for me, so I decided to pass on this unique jewel. Sorry. Last piece of gear, the new Simplex Amulet. Let's try to make something like this. Although I want to warn you right away that making such an amulet on SSF is very, very difficult. But let's give it a try. I'll start with the base. Good. I only need this modifier. Now benchcraft. Orb of Scouring and transform this item into a magic item. After that, I can use the Emperor Beast. Second amulet and Awakener's Orb. Everything is the same as the first amulet. But now using Orb of Annulment, I need to get rid of the prefix. Unlucky. No big deal, we just use Emperor Orb and get our base. Repeat the whole process all over again. Now that's what we need. Suffixes can't be changed and Harvest Influence Reforge. Movement speed, not exactly what we need, but it's much better than useless mana. I decided to stop on this amulet and not to try my luck further because, as you have seen, it is a very complex process for which you need a lot of resources, and in order to collect these resources on SSF you need a lot of time. In the casino, the main thing is to stop in time. And at the end, let's burn some Divine Orbs. Well, I think the build is ready. Ready for some Uber bosses. But first we need fragments. So we go to T17 maps. This is certainly not the fastest mapper for T17, but with its task build copes not badly, and problems with this content you will not have. Here comes the grand finale. I'll start with the Eater of Worlds. With the Balance of Terror our damage would be much better, but even so it is quite acceptable, considering the fact that we have a good defense. Although to be honest, with this gear, killing Uber bosses is not a great achievement. And this is more to show the final part of my journey and not for flexing. Best loot ever. The Searing Exarch. Easy battle. Another cool loot. The Shaper. Not the most perfect arena, but who cares? I was even able to complete some challenges. It's funny. Speaking of which, I'd like to do some kind of build with this budget Mageblood. The Cirrus. I personally don't like this battle. 99% of the attacks of this boss do not do anything to us, but these puddles with damage over time are very annoying. Why is the loot from Uber bosses so pathetic? Or is it just me? And for you it's good? Let me know about it in the comments. I'm interested to know your opinion. Uber Elder. Just a few words about this build while you watch this gameplay. Personally, I like this build, it's fun to play it and it's very interesting to gather gear for it. But the current state of melee builds I would describe as hard mode for Path of Exile, and I can only recommend them to those who want an extra challenge. But still, this journey was very cool, fun, interesting, and one of my favorites in this league. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Thank you all for watching and commenting. I appreciate it. Also, I will be very grateful for your likes and subscriptions. Bye everyone, and see you in the new league.